Your call is important to us. Please hold the line.
All operators are busy at the moment. We apologize for the wait and will answer you shortly. Our operators are busy at the moment. Your call is being transferred. Thank you for calling.
Hello and happy Monday, everyone. And surprise, here we are back again very quickly. But honestly, this is the best time of the year. Speculation season is going full force. And, well, we're going to talk about version 2 of the HN Nightmares map. But, of course, I can't do it alone. So joining us in the studio are Mr. E of TLEV Media and Nico of the Entertainment Connection. What's up, gentlemen? How are you doing on this surprise Monday live stream day?
It's been a wild Easter.
Yeah, dude. yeah, it has. It has been an interesting one for sure.
Those sneaky punks, man. They posted that bunny, and I was like, maybe it's a new map. Maybe.
You know,
and then,
if we keep getting holiday special maps, I'm cool with that. Let's keep going at it.
at the very least, it'll be nice for us to like kind of prepare. Like, okay, next holiday's coming up. Maybe we'll get like a Memorial Day map, and then a Valentine's Day map.
There we go.
St. Patrick's Day map. Did that pass already? That passed already. Oh well.
That passed.
Yeah, a couple of them passed.
Jackie says it's Easter Ween. That's right, baby. Easter Ween. I love it. Well, hello, everyone. To shout out to everyone joining us in the chat. I already see you guys. I love it. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. Larissa, I literally told my family I had to leave Boysenberry for a very important appointment. Well, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Mr. Burner accounts. You know,
oh man,
Rob, I think he's not gonna let that go, man. He's gonna that's gonna haunt you forever.
You know what? But Rob disappointed me. I thought he watched WrestleMania. He was too busy to watch WrestleMania. So I'm texting him here, and he has no clue what's going on. So I feel terrible.
For shame, sir. For shame. All right, everyone, we're going to get right to it because we have a lot to cover, and I want to make sure we get enough time to speculate wildly about so many things. Like I said in the intro, we are going over version 2 of the Horror Night Nightmares map. If you guys are not familiar with HN Nightmares, they are a Twitter account that puts out speculation maps that are scary accurate pretty much every year. They guess a lot of the properties that are coming. So take a look at this brand new map that just dropped on Easter, as you can tell by the decorations down the bottom. Very interesting stuff. Lots of changes, a couple of new symbols there. We may have a little bit of a more direction when it comes to the Tram, which is interesting. And then let's take a look at the Orlando map because a lot of the symbols are starting to match up, which is very interesting. And we'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, there's definitely a lot. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot to kind of pick at in the Orlando map. But, again, we're focusing on Hollywood today. But, of course, we'll talk about Orlando if it comes to it. But, I mean, just right off the bat, gentlemen, what are your initial thoughts on this version 2 of the map? Because lots of interesting changes here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
New symbols, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know how I really feel right now. Symbols have been changing. Some of the old symbols from the last map I was excited for. I got my hopes up for, and now they're not on this spec map at all.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Yeah, crazy stuff indeed. Let's start with one that I'm very excited about. In fact, we're going to start from the upper lot and head down to the lower lot. This one, fresh off the heels of WrestleMania weekend, this symbol right here, which is very obvious to me what they're hinting at here. For a while there was a rumor that WWE was coming to HHN 2025. The rumor kind of fell off the map, but now it is back. So there is great potential that we might see WWE at HHN this season, both in Hollywood and in Orlando. Now, in case you're not familiar with WWE, although there is an amazing crossover between Haunt fans and wrestling fans, in case you're not familiar with WWE, there are a lot of wrestlers who kind of err on the side of the spooky or supernatural. Right off the bat, of course, there's the dead man, the Undertaker. This was a given. And plus, I think the casket is definitely kind of hinting at this being maybe mostly based on him. And he has been at HHN before, but a long, long time ago, back in the early 2000s. There's also, of course, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, another big horror icon for us. Literally, the Undertaker passed the torch to Bray in this character, which is really touching. But we lost him a year ago, 2 years ago. Way too soon, either way. But along that vein, we have the Wyatt Sicks, which are a recent supernatural group that maybe wrestler Alexa Bliss is tied to. They've kind of fallen off the shows for a second here.
Yeah,
There's
it's been a minute
of,
since we've kind of seen them a little
exactly,
bit.
Yeah. There's rumors that there's an injury that's kind of keeping them from continuing their storyline. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, it's also the Boogeyman with all them worms in his mouth. This fucking creep. Scary, dude. And I mean, I'm just going kind of a short list down here. There's, of course, the Fiend, or the Demon, the Demon, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, baby.
Yeah, man. So there is certainly a ton of characters to choose from when it comes to WWE and the Spookies. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on WWE coming to HHN? Potentially.
Ms. 3, do you want to start off?
I mean, I think it's something that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time.
Sure.
Story-wise, there's so many things they could do potentially with this, right? Like it could be, this is one of those that are essentially an original story. Like you are going either to be in the minds of some of the wrestlers or
right.
Maybe you'll have different scenes for different sections of the wrestlers. I wouldn't be surprised if Undertaker makes a return, what was that maze that he had? It was
called No Mercy.
Yeah.
And it was, I want to say it was 2000 or 2001. Yeah.
2000.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Undertaker's like, I gotta get back in the groove of keep my name out there right now so nobody forgets me, which I don't think is possible. But yeah, I mean, I would love it to be WWE. I am also thinking this might be a little bit of something else. I'm thinking we did have a scare zone, Luchadors, Monstruosos.
Right.
I know this is on both coasts, but we have seen Monstrous on both coasts now. So maybe potentially this is something that will be turned into a maze. Who knows? But I also saw that WWE, aren't they doing like they're doing big, like, what are they called, getaways or like big things right now with Universal.
Literally, Cody Rhodes cut a promo for it's like a vacation giveaway, and you can go to Universal Orlando. That alone, it definitely got my gears turning, man. Right? Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the kind of with Triple H, I know this is getting a little nerdy and stuff like that, but kind of with Triple H taking over WWE, they're going very franchisey, right? Like, we're seeing them out in Dubai and the Saudis and out more, like we got Peacock is hosting everything. Netflix now has Raw and stuff like that. So any way of getting WWE out there to the masses, why not click into the horror area too? I mean, Peacock already, NBC connection there. So
and
how do you get it?
Could be the final year that they get that they're on Peacock as well. I think their contract is set to expire this year, so it would make sense that they would try to do it now since it might be their last chance.
True.
There's
Sure.
talks and rumor of them renewing the contract, but with Netflix now kind of trying to get in on that too, I mean, it's going to go to the highest bidder, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, excellent
Interesting
points,
stuff.
dude. Excellent points.
So there's a lot of spookiness there, and there's a lot of money there for sure.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man. Nico, what do you think? You don't really follow wrestling, eh?
I used to follow wrestling when I was younger, like when Undertaker was big. Kane still wore his mask.
Yes,
We had Christian and Edge, and I remember even Sable's whip for the beginning of her song scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I was like, and then I would turn the channel and wait for her to walk out. Then I would turn it back.
Amazing.
But I don't really know too much of wrestling. Like, I was thinking this would be a morbid logo or clue for Bray Wyatt.
Oh, pretty morbid for sure. Yeah, a little too on the nose, maybe.
I did see the whole like intro where they went backstage and everything was destroyed and all the Wyatt Sicks comes out. Yeah, and that was pretty sick. I think that would make an awesome HHN house. But yeah, we haven't had Undertaker since 2000. It would be kind of cool to have him back.
Sure.
Just to fill that childhood need, because I remember I would always drive by a billboard in 2000 going to school, and it had the picture of the Undertaker on it promoting Halloween Horror Nights, and I would always tell my parents I wanted to go. But
nice.
Just imagine in front of the facade, you're hearing the Undertaker theme song the entire time. I'm fine with that, man. I'll walk in slowly the entire time.
Everybody's eyes roll back in the back.
but like, to go back to that, Nico, like, I kind of see Undertaker being more as the representative than the Wyatt Sicks. And like we were talking about, John, like Wyatt Sicks have kind of been out of the limelight for quite some time right now.
Yeah.
I really hope they do end up coming back, because that storyline was great. I thought we would see them during WrestleMania. I really thought there would be a lights turn off situation and they're back into there. But yeah, I would think maybe an Undertaker situation, Undertaker Kane situation, bring back some of that old WWE.
Yeah, what's that guy's name with the urn that would walk out with the Undertaker?
Paul Bearer. Oh,
there he is.
Yeah.
I would be down to see him pop out at me. Throwing a dash of ash in my face. Or
that's his trigger too. It's just
instead of water, it's just cremation.
I love it. Let's go to the comments real quick. It's a lot of good chatter going. That Mario person 28. I mean, to be fair, we did get a Luchadores Monstrous. Yeah. So maybe that was a little teaser for a WWE house coming to HHN. I mean, we know that a lot of those props do end up in houses, so they already have a ring. They've got some stuff there. Ariana says
already.
Exactly. A couple masks. Yeah, very true.
Masks. Yep.
Ariana says, isn't there a major training facility in Orlando as well? Yeah. So, and you know, from Orlando Creative, I know Michael Aiello is a huge fan of the WWE.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I could definitely see him walking down the street and being like, "Hey."
His fingers are still in Horror Nights a little bit. Homie's
more
back
than
in
ever,
there
too.
more than ever. Yeah,
for sure, man. KS says, I'm not caught up on WWE, but it sounds sick. This is a perfect example of something potentially great.
Dude. Absolutely.
I agree. I like it. Giancarlo says, I'm still hoping this WWE house is a Bray Wyatt Sicks house. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Corey Batch, I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. That guy used to creep me out for sure, man. Especially the way they would use him in the old WWE games. Like, he'd pop out of you in the craziest ways. I loved it.
Oh, man.
Jackie agrees. I haven't seen WWE since I was a kid, but I would love to see it. I love it, y'all. Yeah. I love it. This is great to see.
It'd be cool. Yeah.
Open-minded.
Absolutely. So, great potential here. We'll see what happens. This one is, to me, kind of far-fetched, but it is interesting to see it kind of drop out of the rumor mill, and now it's back. And now it's back on both coasts. I think there's a good amount of evidence there to support that. And maybe we get it.
Yeah, and we lost the film reel.
We did lose the film reel.
Film reel.
You're right.
That's true.
Yep.
which was
in
potentially
peace.
Scream.
Yeah.
And it looks like that might not be a thing anymore. So we keep getting close to the ghost face, and we'll see if it happens one year. Maybe. Moving on the map, we have the Parisian Courtyard, which this one we talked about last time, so we're not going to dive too much into it. But this little doll is kind of maybe hinting at an island of the dolls, which they kind of teased that last year outside of Monstrous. I think this one's kind of a given as well. It does seem like Murdy is leaning in a little too hard, in my opinion, into the whole Latin American monsters thing. I personally think it's time for a change. I know we've kind of talked about that in the past. Any new thoughts on the potential island of lost toys or island of the dolls house?
I don't know. Like, I'm open to the idea, but I think we need to give the Latin America urban legends a rest.
Sure.
John Murdy, you're in Ireland. Give us some of the urban legends that are told there.
Yeah.
In Ireland or elsewhere. We have a whole world we could visit.
Right.
Let's visit those places.
Yeah, I agree, man. Especially like the foundation has been set for like Spirits and Demons of the East. We talk about it every time. That one would be really cool to see. I don't know. There's just so much more that can happen that like I'm like, come on. Mystery, you got any new thoughts on this?
It's same old, you know.
Sure,
but
sure.
you know, shout out to Kevin. Quick shout out for capturing that. They have started work.
Yes.
On Parisian. So that's exciting.
Indeed, yeah. Albert brought it up in the chat too. The walls went up today.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, we should start seeing clues about that location in the next couple of weeks here. Construction has been going very, very quickly. So I think perhaps by this time next month, we should have a pretty good idea of what might be happening there. So yeah, we'll see.
And before, with seeing the construction for Dungeons and Dragons and Soundstage 15 and Oob, is that what we call it? Oob?
UBE. But I like Oob.
I'm going to call it the Oob.
The Oob.
Oob.
Meet me at the Oob.
The Oob being used for Star Trek. Was seeing how fast construction is happening with these houses outside of there. I was worried that we wouldn't have time to tear down Dungeons and Dragons and Star Trek and rebuild new houses. But with how quick things are happening, my confidence has gone up a bit.
Sure.
I wonder if they're going quick because they know they'll have to spend a little bit of more time when it comes to the locations of UBE and the soundstage, since they're going to have to take everything out of there and then build something new in there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be all built off-site too.
Sure.
And then just pulled in.
Yeah. Murdy does love he loves talking about the secret off-site facility. So maybe they're already building stuff there, and you know they're going to get shipped in very quickly. Who knows?
Yeah.
We shall see. Maniac says, "Just leave Monstrous alone, please." I agree. Brianna, really good point here, though. I think they're trying for a Monstrous trilogy. Yeah, I could see it for sure. It makes sense. Do I want it? No.
So they're going to stop here? Is that what's going to happen? I hope.
I don't know. I mean, would you count La Llorona as like the first one?
Oh, man.
I guess. We'll see. Ariana says, so ready for them to switch up the vibe for that location. Agreed. KS says, oh, those toys, props, and costumes are coming back for this one, huh? Yeah. You know,
it'll be interesting to see what the scare zone is that's connected with this.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Just toys again.
Just more toys.
Just
I
toys.
guess
Yeah.
more killer toys.
Toys is back.
Rob says, after watching Sinners, I need something along those lines. I mean, in Orlando, they had the Darkest Deal, which that gave me the vibe of Sinners for sure, man. Yeah, that gave me the vibe. I love it. Mr. Disney King says, Asian horror to HHN, bring it. Absolutely. There's so much
Scare Zone
great
was one of the
folklore
best.
there.
And
Yeah,
the Asian population is huge in California,
Yep.
especially Los
Yep.
Angeles.
Oh, yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
that would draw so many people in.
we got a little bit of everything here in California. I love it.
I think
good old
anything
melting
new
pot.
would be successful. Like we noticed with
Yeah.
WWE, even people who haven't watched WWE
Yeah.
are like, hey, I'm ready to see this, you know?
Sure. Why not? Colby's Crazy Adventure says Haunted Toy Story.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what that would pretty much be, I guess, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting stuff there indeed. Now I want to move on to the H lot where we're seeing some things shift around. Some interesting things happening. First of all, we talked about this last time, but we've got a little security camera symbol that we all kind of think might be Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't look now, dude.
Close the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
I mean, yeah.
This oh
one,
my God. This better be like, I'm sorry, it just gave me an idea. Like, this better be a scene when you're walking into the maze where you're seeing the security cameras, like the video screens, and they cut to these different cameras. Sorry, but this it just popped in my head.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. That would be cool. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's coming out this year, I believe December of this year. So this one makes a lot of sense to me for sure. And then we kind of talked about this not on our last speculation map video, but we talked about it in our last live stream. H-Lot 2 is now pretty much kind of confirmed to be Poltergeist on the map. Now, what's interesting about this one is that this symbol, at least according to HN Nightmares, does appear on both coasts. Now, just in case you weren't able to tune in last week, we believe this one's going to be Poltergeist because here's Nico's latest photo of the construction that's happening out there. You can kind of see the slanted roof. There's some very interesting elevations going on here. It is very similar to 2018's construction. This is a very early construction photo that Kevin was able to give HHN 365. The similarities are there. The similarities are definitely there. So I think that's kind of undeniable proof that this can definitely be Poltergeist. And like I said, it was originally only theorized that maybe we were going to have it here on our coast. But now, if you look at that little light bulb with the ghost, it does appear in Orlando as well.
Wow.
Which is
wild.
Very, very interesting. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Repeat in Orlando?
What? I mean, I know.
It's not unheard of. I have said that before, though. It's not unheard.
It's pretty rare.
Very
it's
rare,
happened once.
but not unheard of.
Yeah. For sure.
Go for it, Nico. Go. You might have more of a thought than I do right now.
So, are we talking about both houses or just
Poltergeist? We can do both.
All
we
right.
can do both.
Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm interested in. I won't be rushing there right away. It will kind of be like the Killer Klowns from Outer Space house. Yeah, I said it. Like big costumes, but I just don't know how much you could actually put into that maze.
Okay.
Like I haven't played the game. I've watched the movie when it first came out, but I just can't think of much that will go into that house. And then for Poltergeist, like I said it before, I don't like repeat houses, but Duff from HHN 365 brought up a good point. Like, give us some time, like 8 years minimum to bring a house back.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
So just having Poltergeist back so soon is kind of a bummer. I would enjoy other IPs in Poltergeist's place.
Sure.
Because Poltergeist was fine as a house. It wasn't my number one. It was very mid-level for me. But I'm just not that interested in Poltergeist. I will be going to Five Nights at Freddy's before Poltergeist.
Okay.
That's not a hot take there, all right?
Okay.
Poor Poltergeist is gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna be the ugly stepbrother, dude. Just like,
Yeah.
right next to Five Nights at Freddy's.
I mean, yeah, the competition is going to be pretty heavy. Now, I want to highlight in the chat, it's kind of interesting. Some people are theorizing that it's going to be like Insidious, right? Mr. Disney King says, they say Poltergeist will be like Insidious with all movies and all ghosts from all films.
Oh, shit.
That could be an interesting take.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the majority of the remake.
Sure. I mean,
Please don't.
I mean, it's part of it.
There's
It
3 of
is.
them, right?
It's there are
Three?
I think the original is a trilogy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
mean, that to me, I'm like, okay, I could see it a little bit more. It bugs me when it's a direct repeat because like we'll have seen it already. And I
Right.
do want to highlight that I understand that we're being a little spoiled here. Having gone to HHN for many consecutive years, we have seen a lot of these houses before. But I think it's nice to kind of treat it as a new house by switching up the path, switching up the room, switching up what we see.
Right.
So that way both the newcomers and the past and the return visitors can enjoy it as well. So that is kind of an interesting take on it. I wouldn't hate that, but
That'd be
I
cool.
personally would still be running to Five Nights at Freddy's before
Yeah.
Poltergeist for sure.
Yeah,
But
no, that's fair. Yeah.
if it was all of the movies put in one, that would intrigue me more than just the first movie.
Sure.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. It's an interesting choice for sure to have if they do the trilogy, because I don't know how many people have seen the trilogy.
Yeah,
You know?
I haven't seen any of the sequels. I've only
Like-
seen the original myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't. It's not a new thing for Horror Nights to do kind of like B-list movies. I mean, like there was Frozen Empire last year, for Christ's sakes. That I think majority of the people who went there did not see Frozen Empire. I would. Think.
Yeah, I think you're right, man.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind if it's all 3 of them. I did just watch the Ghost Adventures episode that they went to the Poltergeist house.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the Ghost
They
Adventures
just-
house.
Yeah, it's the Ghost Adventures one. They just dropped it. It was terrible. Okay. It
Oh,
was,
no.
Oh no.
It was so bad. It was so bad. It made
No.
me feel. I'm like, Zach Baggins, you're getting too old for this, man. I'm like, don't. You're forcing it a little. Sorry, bro.
Now he's forcing it. Now he's
Oh, dude, he got so petty because he set up a doll from the original girl from Poltergeist. Because
Okay.
he was able to inherit it somehow because he just has that money. And so
Sure.
he puts the doll in one of the rooms, and he's getting so upset that nobody's moving the doll. At one point, he just goes, "Just move the doll for Christ's sakes!" Like to whatever ghost that he thinks is in there. So I'm like, homie, you're getting a little petty here. Anyways,
rude.
but back to the other tent, the H slot tent 1. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's could totally be there. We saw that they're starting to put vents in there, which is very
Sure.
interesting. I don't know if they're still there, but there was like 4 of them connected at the top. I mean, maybe last time because the AC kind of just choked out on them, they're like, oh no, for this one for sure, we have to make sure that there is air being pumped in there. So
Well, especially
Yeah.
if they're wearing those big suits. I mean,
exactly,
they need some
exactly.
airflow. Yeah.
And they were still there
So-
as of Friday.
All
Well,
right,
there you go.
Okay.
I should have
All
included
right.
that in the slideshow here. But yeah,
but-
I've heard that this tent specifically, it's not so much that it's specific to the IP, although now they're
Uh-huh.
theorizing it's Five Nights. So I'm like, okay, I can see that happening. However,
uh-huh.
there's some rumors flying around that this is like an experiment, so that if the AC works well in this tent next year, perhaps all tents will have AC. And I honestly think it's so needed, man, because I'll never forget being out there opening weekend on that 120-degree day or whatever
That
it was.
was brutal. Oh,
Dude.
my
That
God.
wasn't the test.
That was the test of our willingness
Yeah,
to be out
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You got rid of the dang gorilla
That's
because
true.
it was so hot in the houses.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Jackie's got a cool point here for Five Nights at Freddy's. It'll be cool if you walk through the maze and there's a part where 2 doors are like in front of you, and you pick which way to go or which one to open. That would be kind of cool too.
That would be
Or
interesting.
like you have to hit a button to close a door. That would be kind of fun.
I wish.
Yeah.
That would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting stuff indeed. I mean, again, I'm pretty excited for Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it would be a great property. I'm kind of bummed that we haven't gotten already, but I guess with the sequel coming out, it does make sense. Poltergeist makes absolutely no sense to me, but knowing HHN Hollywood, it makes a good amount of sense. Now moving on, last time that we did a spec map live stream, we didn't have any clue for the Terror Tram at all.
Ooh.
Now, according to HN Nightmares, they're giving us this little circus tent for the Terror Tram. Now, this makes me think about a lot. I've seen a lot of people talk about Killer Klowns. I've seen a lot of people talk about, of course, Hollywood Harry. This would be, his third time returning to the event? A Hollywood original icon. The thing that pops to my head, and I'd love to hear everyone's opinion, of course, in the chat and your guys's, I immediately think Jack the Clown.
Baby.
Yeah.
HHN's first original character. And, we're going to talk about it later, but it looks like Scarecrow may be coming back. And I think it might be a promotional move to kind of talk about Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
This makes a lot of sense to me to make it a Jack Terror Tram to promote Las Vegas. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on potentially this Terror Tram theme? I'll go back to the little tent so you can see it.
Dude.
Go for it, Mystery.
I mean, come on. That would be so sick if Jack has brought his carnies to freaking Hollywood to stop before going to Vegas, which would be an interesting stop. I don't know why, but whatever. But come on. This is a great way to get Hollywood Harry and Jack at the same time. Let's get them all in together. Get Hollywood Harry back with a job, okay? He needs one, Jack. He needs one. Dude, it would be sick. I think it would be a lot of fun. I know people were talking about Killer Klowns as a potential.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to see Killer Klowns on the Terror Tram. I prefer to see just Jack and all these different kind of like carny characters, maybe people from Clowns 3D, kind of just like all in this big old area. And I think that would be great. I mean, however, with how Hollywood does, makeup and face masks and stuff like that, it'll be interesting the route they go.
Sure.
Jack the Clown. Are we getting one Jack? Are we getting multiple? If we get multiple, are they going to be all face paint, or are we going to have a lot of masks and prosthetics? So that's also something that would be interesting if it is Jack. But I think that would be the best out of all of them for a clown themed Terror Tram. Getting Jack back in the park would be amazing.
Yeah. I agree. Nico, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I agree with Mystery. I do think that all the Jacks would be masked, though, just like Hollywood Harry, how they're all masked. Yeah. But you don't know Jack the road trip. So they're coming from Orlando, stopping by Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's pretty fun.
We're going to Vegas.
Yeah,
that's
so
the
cool.
road trip. I love that. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
But yeah, I would be completely down with it. I was going more of the medieval route because nothing says War of the Worlds and medieval times.
Oh,
like a medieval tent.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course.
But yeah, like Hollywood Harry versus Jack the Clown.
Oh my God, they took a plane to get to Vegas. Didn't really work out. They take a pit stop in Hollywood.
There we go. Yeah, that'd be sick. So I've never experienced Jack the Clown. I don't know how Hollywood would interpret it compared to Florida, but I would be down for it. Maybe Orlando would have a hand in it. Orlando creatives would have a little hand in this Terror Tram.
We've certainly seen the crossover before.
Yeah.
I think more and more, I feel like the Orlando team is like Nosferatu. They're like reaching out to our coast. It's going to happen eventually. Listen, Murdy's on his 20th year this season. Yeah. There's going to be a year where he's going to finally call it quits. And after that, we'll see what happens, man.
And we've seen that the Terror Tram has been used as promotion beforehand with Chucky and then almost with the Wolfman. They kind of stopped that part. But with like all of the Purge movies, all the Blumhouse movies last year, like it's a big promotion at the end and at the beginning of the Terror Tram. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is another promotional thing for Horror Unleashed.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely see 5 million Jacks in the same location. We had 5 million Happy Death Day killers. We had 5 million. What's his name from the Black Phone?
The Grabber.
The Grabber.
Grab you.
So I wouldn't put it past them if 17 Jacks are playing Ring
Jack
Around the
Attack.
Rosie.
Yeah. There we go.
The
The
Jack
same
Attack.
I like
Let's go to the comments
Yeah,
real quick.
man.
First of all, Royce says, I've seen all 20 years if I go this year.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Heck yeah,
That's cool.
dude.
I feel like
Heck
John Murdy
yeah.
owes you a badge or something. Like, you here's a patch for your jacket or something. That's really
There you
cool,
go.
man. That is really cool.
Awesome.
Larissa says, from your lips, Nico. Yeah, Nico, stop giving them such good ideas, bro. You got to make some money off of that before you start doing that.
Yeah, you're being watched right now, buddy. You're being watched.
You're Universal Creative. Hire me, please.
That Mario person says, Clowns 3D could make for the fact that there's no Universal Monsters maze for Slash to make a soundtrack for. And correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but I think Murdy did confirm that there is a Slash score this year, right?
Yes, we did talk about that on the on our live stream for the HHN.
That's right. That's right. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
kind of makes sense. That kind of makes
Something
sense.
going on. Yeah.
Ariana says they'd never do this, but a Chance-themed Tram to cross-promote Vegas would be cool. I'd love to see
That would be
Get
everybody.
all of them. Let's get all of
Jack,
them.
Chance, Eddie. Let's get them out here. I think that would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget Hollywood and Harry, man.
Well, true. Yeah. I
Larry
mean,
Lava.
Don't leave my boy in Jupiter's Claim, and that's it, man.
Chris says Hollywood Harry recruiting Jack would be awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Jackie says seeing Jack would be awesome, but I don't know about the Terror Tram. Sure. But I think, especially given this year, might be better than nothing, honestly.
Yeah.
Disney King says, I mean, they need a big HHN icon to get people back on the tram because people are abandoning ship on the tram. Yeah,
100%,
we've seen it
100%.
for the past couple of years for sure, man.
And clowns
Honestly,
are
it's just
scary.
like with WWE. Like anything new would get people back on the Terror Tram.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. For sure. Albert says, didn't Murdy hate Jack the Clown and the director for that matter? But, that's history. By the way, watch the history of the Terror Tram Part 1. It's out. We talk all about it. Shameless plug
Hey-o.
right there.
It's great. It's a great watch.
Professor Fear says, yeah, Jack makes sense given the opening of the Vegas experience. So, there's definitely, I think, some evidence for a lot. Now,
There's
what
something
exactly it's going to be, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, like we said, something clown related, something circus related, or Nico, to your point, medieval times.
Yeah, medieval times. You get soup thrown at you.
Oh God.
Do we get
I didn't
turkey
pay
legs
for this.
too, bro?
Ooh, now we're talking. It's just a snack break, dude.
Yeah.
You get off the tram and it's just snacks.
Oh yeah.
Now, this is one that we talked about last time, but it's changed locations now.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
HN Nightmares is theorizing that perhaps these funny little trash bags are coming to the Mummy queue, which the tent for that went up a couple of weeks ago. And, I mean, the groundwork is starting to be laid. There's lumber that got delivered recently. So the theory here with these trash bags is Art the Clown and Terrifier. This is one that I'm pretty confident about coming to HHN myself. It's been in the rumor mill, but a lot of people are talking about it that are usually the big speculators. But yeah, very interesting that it's coming to the Mummy queue. Gentlemen, what do you think about this maze in this location specifically?
It's a pretty iconic location, and
It is.
Art the Clown is becoming that new slasher icon.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be too upset about it. And I think like the Mummy location is a weird, like very tight spot for a house. So it could have, like I've said before, it could be Art the Clown's just most infamous kills, or
Sure.
just kills in general.
So
for the
like a
most part.
compilation as opposed to
Yeah,
like
kind
a
of-
book report of a movie.
Yeah, kind of like what we had with Saw.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Ultimate kills. All right.
Oh, but I should say that it's pretty interesting because I don't think we talked about this in our last live, but we were kind of theorizing if this location was going to come back in the first place because of all that hillside work that was happening.
Oh yeah.
But of course, now we do have confirmation that it's coming. Kind of interesting. Yeah, exactly. There's something already going there. So I think, yeah, go ahead, Nico. Sorry.
No, sorry. Finish what you were saying.
Oh, I was going to say the rumors about, that being a new Tram loading location. I think we can go ahead and call those absolutely dead. It's just a retaining wall so that the Starway doesn't slide down to the lower lot. And now we're getting a house there, but it's very interesting. So sorry, go ahead, Nico, man.
No, it was just a dumb comment of me saying once you exit the maze, you have to go back the same way you exit out of because of that wall there. So we're just going to be body checking everybody from beginning to end. So
well, dude,
you better be the first one to the house.
They got to fix up that road right there. I don't know if y'all saw. That thing is messed up now since they had like all the construction like vehicles and stuff like that go through. Like it's just completely crushed right now. So I think that's going to be also a little project they're going to have to do before the event starts because that's some twisted ankles for sure. So maybe that's another possible reason for us to be on the other side of the Mummy maze this year.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why they put the wood there to hide the fact that the road is broken.
Oh my god, dude, it's messed up, dude. It's so bad.
That's going to be the scariest part of the house is just getting there and not rolling your ankle. That's going to be the big challenge.
I get out. Oh my god, that was amazing. Done. My time at HHN is done, dude.
Now, I do want to highlight some comments real quick about Terrifier, which is pretty interesting. I mean, Jackie making a pretty interesting point here. The guy who plays, the actor who plays Terrifier, or what's his name? Art the Clown.
David Howard.
David Howard Thornton.
Thornton.
Yeah, David Howard Thornton. He's going to be at Midsummer Scream. And yeah, what if John Murdy calls him out? I think that would be a crazy pop. It'll be like a WWE style pop.
Hey man, we had the director for Trick or Treat come out for the Six Flags panel, so anything could happen at the Horror Nights panel.
That's true, man. That's true. Vanessa says, "I hope it's a mashup house for Terrifier." I agree. I think, especially because, like, I don't know, it's hard to get like Terrifier 1 and then Terrifier 2 and then Terrifier 3 to come back every year. So I think a mashup house would probably be like the best bet for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think Nico's onto something with kind of like that ultimate kill situation where it'll be all three movies where it's all the best kills essentially. So that's what makes sense to me. Yeah,
for sure, man. I think you're onto something there for sure. Rob says trash bags. I thought those were sad ghosts with their hair up.
The man bun ghosts.
The man bun ghosts.
Oh, Rob.
Rob.
But yeah, definitely an interesting location to have it down in the lower lot because somebody says Clown Cafe. I mean,
my gosh.
There's a couple of locations down in the lower lot where it could actually become the Clown Cafe. I mean, what we use for the Texas Chainsaw barbecue, or even where we had the weekend bar. I mean, either one of those can be transformed very easily for that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Ariana says they do tend to put big IPs in that location. Very true.
That's
and
true.
This one, I think, arguably, is probably the biggest one for this year.
Yeah.
So that is very interesting, too. All right, moving on to the next item on our map is Soundstage 12, which Horror Night Nightmares doesn't seem to know what's going on in there.
Yeah.
And of course, Soundstage 12 specifically is very hard to look into and look at.
Yeah.
And there's the question to be asked in general, is Soundstage 12 even going to be used? Because I do feel like it was like a last-second decision last year. I am still running the theory that Soundstage 12 was going to be a tent, and then they moved that tent location into Soundstage 12 because they needed a spot.
Very possible.
So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Soundstage 12? Is it returning? Are we getting something else? What's going on here?
I'm kind of on that boat now of I don't think it's going to return. Last time and Nico, you can let me know if you saw it. But last time when I went on the studio tour, it did look like they were prepping on building a set in there for
Okay.
some kind of filming. Not like a maze facade or anything like that. Like there was a lot of different things that don't look like if they were building a maze in there. So depending on the project, man, I mean, that'd be cutting it close. We still, I mean, look, there's so many sound stages out there, and I think it's one of those situations where they're waiting for that green light of which sound stage they can use.
Sure.
Because we've had that one, what is it, where The Exorcist was?
Like
Yeah.
34 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I
Something like that.
that. But maybe that one will open up. I don't think they would use JPQ or Jurassic World Q.
Right.
Soundstage 22. There we go. Thank you, Albert. Yeah,
Oh.
Soundstage 22. Yeah, I think it is on that chopping block. Like it makes more sense that this is the spot on the. I thought it was the Mummy Q, but yeah, it'll be interesting. What it could be. I mean, if it's one of those that they need to quickly move or something like that, I mean, a Universal Monsters is very easy to do and grab from. If they do that, honestly, I think they should just go back and grab the one from 2018. Like, in my opinion, if let's not try to, if they're going to try to rush a story or make a shorter story, like what we saw with Bloodlines last year, Eternal Bloodlines, might as well, let's just get that 2018 one. That one was solid. It was strong. It had so many monsters in there. Let's just do that one again. And I know we talked about like maybe waiting a couple of years to do other mazes and stuff like that, but that one is so strong. I feel like if they need something, just throw that one in there or in whatever location it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm at least happy that Soundstage 12 is still being used, because wasn't it set up for a demolition like a couple years ago? I don't know.
Oh, really?
I thought so. I could be making things up as I usually do. But it is good to still see it being used if it's not for HHN. Every time I've gone by it, the doors are closed, so I haven't been able to see inside. But I think this is our slash house / Universal Monsters. I would still love to see Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Very true.
I still want to see a standalone Dracula house.
Sure.
Yeah, I think this will be our Universal Monsters location with Slash.
Okay. Fair. Very fair. First of all, I want to highlight Rob. $5. Here's to help with the twisted ankles. Thanks, dude. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. Destiny says, "R.I.P. to Scream." Unless, I mean, yeah, that's the fun part about the unknown, right? It could be pretty much anything. That Mario person says, "Please let this be Scream, otherwise we riot."
Bang!
Yeah, I've been wanting Scream for the longest, for sure. And then Mr. Disney King says, "The clues are right there: circles, crop circles, UFO aliens." I like it. Well, yeah, very interesting stuff. So we'll keep you guys posted on Soundstage 12, what comes out of there. We'll see. We'll see what's going on there. Very interesting. Now we're moving on to the T-Pad, which this is one that we discussed on our last live stream. And now Horror Night Nightmare seems to kind of think the same thing. The T-Pad could be Scarecrow. And I can already see what Nico thinks about it.
Boo!
Oh man, yeah, dude. So potential here to see Scarecrow.
But look,
back.
Nico, there's 2 strings on the hat. That means it's Scarecrow 2, the sequel.
Oh, perfect.
Scarecrow dose. Now, again, we talked about this on the last stream. It's a very interesting decision here there are a little bit of clues laid out in the groundwork, literally on the groundwork for the house. Kevin from HHN 365 was noticing some similarities to the house that was there in, what was it, 2021? 2022? When did we get
2022.
2022, yeah.
21 was Haunting of Hill House.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, very interesting here to have Scarecrow the Reaping potentially coming back. They're making a lot of progress on that maze. So I think very soon here, we're going to start seeing what could be a farmhouse. We could see if it's an exact repeat. We'll see, man. But again, it's just so interesting considering that we know that it's coming to Horror Unleashed this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you guys have any new thoughts on this?
It's not going to be a new maze. It's going to be an exact repeat. We got the exact repeat of The Exorcist, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Curse of Pandora's Box.
Right.
Yes. It's not going to be anything new, I don't think.
I don't think so
But
either.
God, I love this maze. This was a great maze.
Absolutely.
Like one of the best maze of 2022. But it's just too soon to bring it back. Let it just sit in the warehouse for a bit and give us something we haven't seen in a while. American Werewolf in London. Alien, I would even take Alien versus Predator, even though we got that twice. Krampus, like, just give us something new, like, or older.
Sure.
Than what Scarecrow is.
Yeah. No, it's too soon. It's too soon, baby. It's too soon.
Albert says, "Oh, hold on, I missed it. Where is it? Ah, damn it! He said, let the hate flow through you."
There's no hate. There's extreme disappointment.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Nico. I agree with you, Mr. E. Any thoughts on Scarecrow, the Reaping returning?
It's just, I hope it's a sequel. That's it. That's all I can put out there. You know, just hopefully it's a sequel. And we'll see where it goes. I mean, yeah, it's the repeat spot. That's what it is, baby.
That's it. Yeah, we've coined it. I think you coined it, Mr. E, right? You coined it.
Yes, I did.
We're going to call it the repad instead of the T-pad.
The repad. That's good, dude. The repad. I like it.
Yeah, the repad.
Oh man, Colby says, "I wish y'all got Chupacabra or an original from Orlando instead." I agree, friend.
Yeah,
I agree.
That would be sick.
Yeah, Kira says too soon. Yeah, man. Old do you say? Halloween Michael returns again.
No, that was at Horror Nights in 2022, the same year as Scarecrow. So no. And then the year before that, it was Halloween 4 in Waterworld.
Yeah, man. KS says last time was Scarecrow the Reaping, so next is Scarecrow the Sown.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
There we go.
Ariana says, yeah, they pretty much never really revamped them. Truly such a weird choice to run these essentially down the street from each other. I mean, yeah, they're neighbors with Vegas. Very weird. And Larissa says, I'm saying keep a maze for a few years if you're just going to bring it back and exactly the same. I mean,
Go for it.
Very fair. Very fair. So,
a lot of money being wasted on new wood for repeat mazes.
No, and that's such a, like, Larissa's got a point there, especially like if you're just going to use originals more and more, just like, dude, that's saving money. And then like, we know what's coming, you know, it's a strong maze already.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Right.
Just, you could have kept it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
DC Thrills, we talked about this on the last live stream a little bit, but yeah, it seems Cali are taking budget cuts due to FanFest. We had the similar thing happen to Orlando last year with the cheap scare zones because of Epic. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And then Scarecrow the repad.
But going back to DC Thrills, I'm not even blaming FanFest for this because it's a constant issue of
Yeah.
budget with our bigwigs sitting in the office not giving the proper budget to Halloween Horror Nights, even though the crowds come in for it.
That's true.
And they get money and more money and more money. It's just that I can't even blame FanFest. It's just lazy.
I blame the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster.
Oh, there it is.
Watch
Damn
out,
you,
man.
family.
Dom and his family are going to come after you, bro. Be careful. Be careful. All right, friends, we're going to go through the last location on the map. This is one that we've seen already. Soundstage 15 is being theorized to be this thumbs up, which looks like it's going to be Fallout. Now, we talked about this last time. Kind of an interesting choice. It looks like it might be based on the game and not the TV series. And, of course, I had the question, what the hell does Fallout have to do with horror? But I guess you go into these Fallout shelters, and there's a ton of undead experiments down there, lots of creepy stuff. So I guess that makes sense. But it is an interesting IP to have for HHN, for sure. But now we have it theorized that it's going to go inside of Soundstage 15. I forgot where they had it before, but definitely I think it could.
I think it was.
Sorry, it was Soundstage 15. Yeah.
Okay, so it hasn't moved anywhere. It hasn't moved anywhere. Okay, gotcha. Okay, interesting location. Either way, I think it'll. It makes a lot of sense to have it in a climate-controlled environment where you can kind of control the lighting and the sound a little bit more. But yeah, any new thoughts on Fallout for HHN 2025?
Well, I downloaded Fallout 4 on my PS5 just to try it out. And there's some parts that are pretty scary. When you shoot at some of these big monsters and they start chasing after you and you can't run, it's a pretty scary experience. I haven't gotten to those monsters yet, but it can be scary. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I think just keeping it indoor shelter kind of stuff. We got an idea of what it could be with that exposure.
Sure.
You know, I am surprised this one's in a soundstage and not Five Nights at Freddy's. But
sure. Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't know. In my opinion, testing those vents on Five Nights at Freddy's is crazier than if you just had freaking Fallout over there, because those are some big ass suits if they do that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I've personally never played the games. I've seen the show, so it'll be interesting to see, are we getting the show or are we getting the game? And that'll be like, if we get the game, let's go New Vegas. I know that one's pretty crazy with some of the neon lights and stuff like that. Like, it could be a lot of fun. I could just imagine the facade says Fallout New Vegas in the front, with a big old sign, and, you know, go from there. But yeah, I think it would do well, honestly. I think this is one of those that it'll for sure be packed, like, a lot.
Sure.
And nobody expected This Is the End to be scary. So
very true. Very true.
I would look forward to Fallout.
I think it'll be scary. It's gonna be some kind of zombies, dude. Like,
of course.
You're gonna have the zombies and the
little bugs, the roaches.
Ghouls. Yes, you have the ghouls. So that's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, very true, man. Very true. Now, interesting comment here. Someone says Fallout. Why not Dead by Daylight? I mean, they do have that. That's the movie that's coming out soon, right?
No, that's Until Dawn.
Oh, Until Dawn. Damn, I always get those mixed up. Damn it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, another big, literally specific horror franchise game. Very true, man. Very true. An excellent point here. But Colby says the game is scary AF. It has tons of potential. People said this about A Quiet Place, and in my opinion, A Quiet Place was good and put together perfectly. A Quiet Place was my favorite house from last year, man. I really enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Not 100% perfect, but really, really well made for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Disney King says, but are big monsters in the budget for the Fallout house? A very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't say that big monsters would be in there. I just gave you a moment that it scared me that wasn't really supposed to. So if that part scared me, I think going into the vaults could be even more terrifying.
Sure. And listen, we know that they have budget for some big monsters. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the preview of Dungeons and Dragons, man. Xanathar looks freaking awesome, man. Jim Henson Studios, dude. It's so good, man. So freaking good. I can't wait to see that puppy in person. So, we know that they can do the big monsters, and we know that they can do them well for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Fandom's Lady says, I think they can pull this off. I mean, yeah, for sure. I have no doubt. Funeral Ghost says, would rather take a typical Halloween Michael Myers maze over.
Wow. Interesting.
Very.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Disagree, but very interesting.
Brianna says, all the girlies going to be rushing to Fallout, expecting to see the show, Cooper. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then Juan says, HN Nightmares tweeted saying it's going to be based on Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
And if so, kind of a funny little tie-in there to Horror Unleashed as well.
That's true.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Maybe not on purpose, but it's still a kind of a very interesting tie-in for sure.
Oh man.
All this corporate synergy, don't you just love it? Oh, dude. I mean, that would be cool merch. The Nuka-Colas. Yeah, that would
be an Orlando thing, though. Unfortunately, unless we start getting into the food game and stuff,
Sure, yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's it, folks. There you have it. The breakdown of the new HN Nightmares map. We don't know much about the scare zones. Don't know much about the shows yet, except that perhaps the Purge, Deadly Waters is coming back, and perhaps our Murder of Crows are coming back. I think those two are kind of staples now for sure. But very, very interesting indeed. I mean, any final thoughts on the new map, gents? Version 2 of the spec map here.
I mean, it's great to see new symbols. I love that. I think if this is what it is, it'll be a solid year. I mean, already the top runners for sure would be like Five Nights at Freddy's and Terrifier. Some might sneak in. I hope Poltergeist sneaks in and impresses all of us. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I do hope, I want to be one of those people that I do hope that currently what we see on there is not exactly what's going to happen. I hope there is that unknown one stays unknown until we find out about it. I kind of missed that a little bit, where sometimes
the mystery
there's that one mystery. Yeah, Mr. E misses the mystery. Okay. So but yeah, I mean, no matter what we're seeing right now is pretty epic year for 2025. Let's knock it out of the park, and let's not go cheap with it, So yeah, man.
Yeah. Nico, final thoughts, friend.
Excited, a little disappointed about some symbols being missed, like I said earlier, or out. But like what Mystery said, even though there are some repeat mazes, I'm still looking forward to the event. I'm still going to get my FFP, my frequent fear pass.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, who knows?
Every year it seems like you got to get it. With them crowds, especially next year. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I hope for a very exciting and surprising year. FanFest starts on Friday, so hopefully we see what Universal could really do with these walkthrough experiences.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm excited. I'm more excited than I am disappointed. Just know that. Even though I yell a lot, I am very excited for Halloween Horror Nights, and I love this event to death.
Absolutely.
I love you, John Moody.
Very true. Just a couple of quick comments that I want to highlight real quick. Scream must have been expensive if we needed 2 repeats. Yeah, I mean, yeah, very interesting choices. Jackie says they should add a maze in Nintendo World, Luigi's Mansion. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. That would be so cool. And then Mr. Disney King says, where's the rage for repeat scare zones? Brother, I got you a better question. Where's the scare zones? I don't really see them. I don't see them here in Hollywood. Well, that's going to do it for our live stream tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Mr. E, where can everyone find you guys?
Oh, man. TLEV Media all across socials, mainly YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And we're about to go ham right now with construction. And like Nico said, FanFest night starts on Friday. We have the opportunity of doing something really awesome on Friday. So make sure to be checking out all our socials to see all our coverage. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Horror Nights because Parisian's starting. I'll be hitting that tomorrow to see what's going on with all of the parks. So if you want this construction updates, TLEV Media is the place to go.
Right on, right on. Nico, where can everyone find you, sir?
Yeah, you can find me right here at the Entertainment Connection. Sometimes I have to shorten entertainment because they don't like long words. Sometimes it's just ENT Connect. So you could find me on all socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, kind of TikTok, so on and so forth. Like Mr. E said, FanFest starts on Friday. I'm hoping to be there. Excited for Halloween Horror Nights. My construction update video is taking a long time, so you might get a morning video from me and an evening video from Mr. E. So, hey-o. Just be open to that, please.
I love it. I love it. And of course, you can find us at the Hauntline on Instagram, here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers. We're so close. So close. Yeah. Tell your friends about us. And until the next time, thank you so much for calling the Hauntline. We'll see you real soon, friends.